Hey guys, Life Coach Tommy here. This personal vlog is more for life coaching, and it's basically how to lose weight. But not only how to lose weight, but also how to keep that weight off. And I apologize, you're going to hear my poor daughter Holly cry maybe through this video. She doesn't like it when I'm paying attention to other people. I have two cats. Male cat is named Socrates, and the female cat is named Holly. So if you hear her crying, it's just my daughter, my cat daughter, Holly GoLightly. Anyways, so the very first step in losing weight, and like I said, not only losing weight, but keeping the weight off. Because it's great that you want to lose weight, but we've got to commit to a lifestyle here of staying fit, staying thin, keeping, there's so many things that happen that keep it on. So we want to keep it off for the rest of our lives, not just until the summer is over, not just after until a holiday gets here. We want to keep it off for the rest of our lives. So this is focused on that. The very first step in establishing, in losing weight though, is establishing a deep and painful why. And for those who want to know about that, go back to my other video, The Power of Why. That's where I focus on, how to really visualize a powerful why, so that you'll stay focused, you'll commit, and never lose sight of why you're doing what you're doing. So watch that video first, then come back. This video focuses on the more granular elements of weight loss. I'm going to talk about macronutrients, strength and training. I'm going to talk about a lot of things, but the very first thing in order to do weight loss is to establish a deep and painful why. So go watch that video first. All right, now for the people who are focusing on weight loss itself, here's some tips and tricks to really stay committed and really focus on and watching your weight just fall off, for lack of a better phrase. First thing is, look at what you're eating right now. Like, really have a log. Try to remember what you ate yesterday all day, look at what you ate today, and take one more day and look at what you're eating tomorrow. Just write it all down, okay? And when you're doing that, pay attention to 4 critical elements that are probably you're consuming way too much of. Look at dairy, salt, carbs, and sugar. Those 4 elements are the 4 critical elements that are in your diet right now that you need to decrease. Now, notice I said decrease. I didn't say eliminate. There are a lot of diets out there, and I'm going to talk about that word diet because it's got a weird connotation to it. But there are a lot of diets out there that are depriving your body of necessary nutrients. So we don't want to deprive your body. Also, depriving your body, deprivation traumatizes your body so that your body doesn't know what's going on, and it's going to latch on to things just to survive. Our bodies are built for survival, and that's what your body's going to do in reaction to those deprivation techniques. So, no deprivation, decrease the amount of dairy, salt, sugar, and carbs you are consuming. So look at how much cheese, look at how much, and I'm not just, and when it comes to sugar, we'll focus more on that, but look at the processed sugars. The processed sugars that are in your candies, your cakes, your juices, the fruit juices that you think should be healthy, those juices have 53 grams of sugar on average. Yeah, about 53 grams of sugar. A glass of orange juice, if you think you're consuming vitamin C and helping yourself stay healthy, a glass of orange juice has probably a bowl the size of this hand amount of sugar. You can get the same amount of vitamin C and a healthy source of sugar from an orange. So just think about stuff like that. You want to eliminate as much processed sugar as you can, but don't eliminate sugar altogether. Okay? And if that doesn't make sense, please comment below. I will discuss anything that's not clear. And here's the overall picture. Something you'll have to really focus on is the way you are eating and how active you are influences the weight that you carry. So I'm going to say that again. The way that you're eating and how active you are influences the weight you carry around. So if you're eating a lot of pizza, cheeseburgers, and tacos, and you're not doing anything else active, if you're not jogging, if you're not running, if you're not strength training, all of that stuff is going to stay in your body in the image of fat. Okay. So think about that. Visualize that first. The way you are eating and how active you are influences your weight. Now let's talk about diet and exercise. Because diet and exercise, those two things have to be happening in your body in order for you to lose weight. Now, the word diet, when my clients, when my life coaching clients, and for you, don't ever go on a diet. Stop doing that. Stop going on diets. Because when you go on a diet, you're telling your mind that it's temporary. But when we talk about the definition of diet, a diet is basically just the way that you eat. So you need to change your diet. Don't go on a diet, change your diet. Change what you're consuming. Okay? Now, Holly GoLightly is playing with the Christmas tree right now, so that's what you're hearing in the background. Here's another thing. This is a cliched phrase, but I don't think it's been given a lot of attention when it comes to diet and exercise. But it kind of goes back to what I was saying about the way you're eating and how active you are influences your weight. You are what you eat. Think about that. You are what you eat. Now, if you're eating beef, you don't suddenly become beef. You are what you eat. Okay, you are what you eat. Now, like I said, beef, if you consume a lot of chicken, you don't suddenly become a chicken, but the elements of that chicken, the nutrients and the proteins of that chicken breast that you're eating becomes you. It gets injected into your muscles. It gets injected into your pectoral muscles. It goes through your system. It goes through your circulatory system. That's what that means. You are what you eat. If you're eating pizza, cheeseburgers, and tacos every other day, that's all your body has to work with. So, and let's look at what these things are, at least one of them. Pizza, that's a ton of carbs. And it takes a long time for your stomach to break those down. So the longer carbs stay in your stomach, the more likely they're going to switch into sugar, and sugar that will then turn into fat. So on top of that, on top of the sugar, the processed sugar that's in the carbs, there is a ton of saturated fat that your body just doesn't need. So you've got carbs and sugar and saturated fat. All this stuff is going through your system. You are becoming the carbs and the saturated fat and the processed sugars that are in that pizza. Also, there's a ton of sodium. You know, when you have a ton of extra sodium in your body, that sodium latches onto your fat and says, you know, don't leave me. And the fat will listen. So your fat will stay in there. So I hope you're noticing a theme here that, you know, this processed sugar that's in both the crust and the sauce, combined with the sodium, combined with the carbs, your body cannot digest all of it. So guess what it turns into? Fat that you're wearing on your body. So when you look at yourself in the mirror and you see a little belly, or you see, you know, stuff going on, it's what you're eating. And again, this is all without doing anything in your life. This is you sitting on the couch. This is you going to work, not going to the gym, not taking a jog around the neighborhood. This is all just sedentary. That's what's happening. And I mentioned before about sugar, and a quick note on sugar. Sugar is hidden everywhere. Like I mentioned, it's hidden in the fruit juices. You want to try to limit your sugar intake to just fruits and vegetables. So when you're buying something, look at the nutritional facts. If there's more than 8 grams of sugar per serving in whatever your product you're buying, you should avoid it, because you just don't need that much sugar in one sitting. Also, while you're looking at the nutritional facts, look at the ingredients. You know, the first 3 ingredients that are listed there, that's what the product mostly is. So if you're looking at like peanut butter, for example, if the first ingredient listed is fructose corn syrup, avoid it. Your peanut butter, it should say peanuts and maybe a little salt. So when you're consuming things and you look at the ingredients, make sure that the ingredients list what you're actually buying. Because that, again, you are what you eat. You're injecting high fructose corn syrup into your body, and your body has problems digesting it. So anything your body has problems digesting usually turns into fat that you wear. Noticing a theme here, I hope. So also when you're looking at this, when you're decreasing, as you're decreasing the dairy, the carbs, the sugar, and the salt, how much fruit and veggies are you eating? Look at that. Because what you want to do, typically on average, people aren't eating enough fruits and vegetables. So you want to amp up, especially vegetables, but definitely amped up the fruit as well. Not so much fruit, because again, it does have a lot of sugar, which a healthy source of sugar, but too much of anything turns into fat. So don't go crazy with the fruit, but replace the candy and the I can't say what they are, but the stuff that is at that company with the ice drinks and the shakes and stuff like that. I will say the Crappuccinos. Stop doing that. Replace that with fruit, and like I said, amp the vegetables. Vegetables is a great sort of source of many vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and one important thing is fiber. It helps push all the stuff through your system, so that it's not staying in your stomach. So again, that's eating habits. But with eating habits, once that's altered, you must also increase your activity, and that should include both cardio and strength training. If all you want to do is shed fat, do a little more cardio than you do strength training. If all you want to do is build muscle, then of course do a little bit more strength training than cardio. But an ideal situation for your body is a healthy mix of both. And I'm going to lend you a secret. When you work your muscles, here's what happens. That pain and the soreness that you're feeling, during and after a workout, that is telling you that your muscles are growing. When your muscles are growing, fat is burning. So when you're feeling that pain and that soreness, you're burning fat. And typically, especially for men, when we start working out, we'll focus on biceps and the chest, mainly because those are the most visual muscles, and it essentially shows the world, hey, look at me, we're working out. Here's the tip. Don't skip leg day. It's a very popular meme for a reason, and it's not just about avoiding chicken legs. Don't skip leg day. Focus more energy on your legs than you do on your biceps and your chest. And here's why. Here's the actual secret tip. Your thighs are the largest muscle in your body. And when they're growing, more fat is burning. So think about it this. Increasing muscle mass in your thighs, that helps burn fat more than increasing the biceps and the chest. Still focus on everything else, but put as much energy in the thighs as you can, because when they're growing and they're big, they need all the stuff that's in your body more so than your biceps and your chest. So don't skip leg day, because remember, when they're growing, fat is burning. So if you want those pecs and those biceps to really be ripped and not covered in fat, focus on the thighs, focus on the legs, and really just everything, calves, thighs. But your thighs, just feel your thighs. They're the biggest muscle in your body biologically. It just makes sense. One last thing. Never underestimate the power of water. Water is extremely important. It does so many things. I'm not going to go into it all here, but you can't progress with weight loss unless you're consistently hydrating. You should take your current body weight, divide it by 2, and whatever number you have, that's how many ounces you should consume every single day. And guess what? You're going to pee a lot, but just visualize it this way. Every time you're in the restroom peeing, that's waste and fat going down the toilet. So, if you liked what you hear and you want to hear more of this, subscribe, like this video. If you have any questions, anything that wasn't clear, any discussion topics, please comment below, ask me questions. I will indulge conversation. This has been Tommy Lee Kirby, also known as Life Coach Tommy. And also go to lifecoachtommy.com if you want to see blogs about other things. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.